Today we're diving deep into 5 key stories that have captured the football world's attention. We'll begin with Piero Gasperini's sharp comments about Arsenal's approach in their recent Champions League encounter. Then, we'll pivot to the impact of Martin Odegaard's injury and what his absence means for Arsenal's season. After that, we'll turn the spotlight on William Saliba, whose defensive prowess is drawing widespread praise. We'll also take a closer look at Mikel Merino's injury and how it complicates Mikel Arteta's plans. Finally, we'll examine David Raya's rise as Arsenal's first choice goalkeeper and the significant role he's playing for the team. So, let's get into it. Our first story begins with Atalanta's head coach Gian Piero Gasperini, who didn't hold back after his team's 0-0 draw against Arsenal in the Champions League. It was a tense and tactical battle in Bergamo, where neither side managed to break the deadlock. But Gasperini, never one to mince words, voiced his frustration in the post-match interviews. He accused Mikel Arteta's side of being satisfied with just a point, hinting that Arsenal didn't show the ambition needed to go for the win. The match itself was one of few clear chances. Atalanta pressed well and had opportunities, but it was Arsenal's goalkeeper, David Raya, who stole the show. In a critical moment, he denied Matteo Retegui from the penalty spot, pulling off not one, but 2 extraordinary saves. After saving the penalty, he quickly reacted to block the follow-up header, effectively keeping Arsenal in the game. Gasperini was left unimpressed by Arsenal's approach, saying, "At the end, Arsenal seemed to me to want to settle for a draw." He didn't stop there, adding, "We complimented Arteta, but we had a better chance of winning it. We played some good football, but it wasn't easy to beat them. Tonight we learned something from a very compact and concrete team, but Arsenal were happy with the draw." His words reflected the sentiment that Atalanta had perhaps done enough to secure all 3 points, but were ultimately frustrated by Arsenal's defensive resilience. Now moving on to our second big story, Martin Odegaard. Arsenal's captain and creative mastermind Odegaard is facing an extended period on the sidelines after sustaining an ankle injury during international duty with Norway. This injury couldn't have come at a worse time for Arsenal, with crucial matches against Premier League high rivals on the horizon. What was initially thought to be a minor knock turned out to be more serious, as the club later confirmed that Odegaard had suffered ligament damage. The Norwegian midfielder, who has been a standout performer for the Gunners this season, is expected to be out of action for up to 8 weeks. That time frame could see him miss critical fixtures, including showdowns with Manchester City and Liverpool, matches that could define Arsenal's title challenge. Arteta expressed his disappointment over losing his captain, saying, "It's significant damage, especially to one of the ligaments in his ankle. We're going to lose him for a while, hopefully not months, but we'll see." Odegaard's absence leaves a massive creative void in Arsenal's midfield. His ability to dictate the tempo of the game, pick out key passes, and provide leadership on the pitch has been instrumental in the club's success so far this season. Without him, Arsenal will need to find new ways to create scoring opportunities. Arteta will be forced to rethink his approach, especially with another midfield option out of action, Mikel Merino. And that brings us to our third story, Mikel Merino. Arsenal's summer signing, the Spanish midfielder, was brought in to strengthen the team's midfield options, but his time on the pitch has been cut short due to injury. Merino fractured his shoulder in training just weeks after joining the club, leaving Arteta with yet another hole to fill in the middle of the park. Merino's injury, though not as long-term as Odegaard's, will keep him out of action for several weeks. The expectation is that he could return to full training by mid-October, which would give Arsenal a boost ahead of the busy winter fixture schedule. But for now, his absence adds to Arsenal's midfield headache. Despite the setback, Merino has remained close to the team, attending matches and training sessions to stay connected with the squad as he works his way back to fitness. Arteta has been cautious in his comments about Merino's return, but there's no doubt that the Spaniard will be a valuable asset once he's fully fit. His ability to break up play, make forward runs, and contribute both defensively and offensively is exactly what Arsenal need as they juggle domestic and European commitments. But with both Merino and Odegaard unavailable, Arteta may have to rely on younger players to step up. Now shifting to our fourth topic, William Saliba. While injuries have hit Arsenal's midfield hard, their defense has been a source of strength, thanks in large part to William Saliba. The young French defender has formed a rock-solid partnership with Gabriel Magalhaes, and together they've helped Arsenal become one of the toughest teams to break down in the Premier League. Saliba's performances have earned him praise from all corners of the footballing world, with former Liverpool defender Jamie Carragher being one of his biggest admirers. Carragher recently compared the Saliba-Gabriel partnership to some of the Premier League's all-time great defensive pairings, such as John Terry and Ricardo Carvalho at Chelsea, or Rio Ferdinand and Nemanja Vidic at Manchester United. According to Carragher, the duo has the potential to join that elite group, but there's one key condition. Arsenal must win a major trophy, whether it be the Premier League or Champions League. If Saliba and Gabriel stay together, we'll soon be referencing them alongside the Premier League's greatest defensive partnerships, Carragher wrote. His comments reflect the growing belief that Arsenal's defence could be the foundation of a title-winning team. Saliba, in particular, has attracted interest from some of Europe's biggest clubs, including Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain. But for now, he remains a cornerstone of Arsenal's plans. Saliba's maturity on the pitch, despite his young age, has been crucial in Arsenal's ability to compete at the highest level. His calmness under pressure, ability to read the game, and physicality make him one of the best defenders in the league. As Arsenal prepare for key matches in both the Premier League and Champions League, they'll be counting on Saliba to continue his stellar form. Finally, let's close with our fifth story, and it's all about Arsenal's man between the posts, David Raya. Since his arrival, Raya has quickly established himself as Arsenal's first-choice goalkeeper, overtaking Aaron Ramsdale in the pecking order. His performance in the Champions League against Atalanta, where he saved a penalty, and the follow-up attempt showcased exactly why Arteta has placed his trust in the Spaniard. Raya's consistency in goal has been a key factor in Arsenal's defensive success this season. He has kept 4 clean sheets in 5 games, and his ability to make crucial saves in big moments has earned him praise from both teammates and opponents. Ademola Lookman, who faced Raya in the Atalanta match, described his double save as incredible, adding, "It was an amazing piece of goalkeeping. We thought we had them, but Raya was there to stop us." Raya's rise to prominence has also fueled speculation about Arsenal's long-term plans for the goalkeeper position. In August, the club reportedly made a bid for Espanyol's Joan Garcia, but the move didn't materialise. For now, Raya looks set to continue as Arsenal's number 1, and his confidence seems to grow with each passing game. In conclusion, it's clear that Arsenal's season so far has been shaped by a combination of defensive resilience, injury challenges, and individual brilliance. Piero Gasperini's remarks about Arsenal's approach in the Champions League draw reflect the team's solid defensive foundations, with players like William Saliba and David Raya playing pivotal roles. However, the injuries to Martin Odegaard and Merino pose significant hurdles for Mikel Arteta as he navigates a demanding schedule.